The Tiger, the Hound, and the Wallet to the Face by Rachel 90. Read by The Devil's Advocate 18. The beginning of the end started with a wallet, not a metaphorical wallet, not a wallet of emotion or vulnerability or some kind of symbolic Port Mafia offering wrapped in moonlight and tragic devotion. No, a real wallet. Black leather filled to the brim with cash, hurled with the kind of speed and precision that could make a bullet feel underachieving. Atsushi rubbed the bright red spot above his left eyebrow. The heat was still radiating. "I'm telling you," he gritted out, clutching the ice pack Dazai had dramatically wrapped in a Hello Kitty towel. "He tried to kill me." Puh! Dazai lounged on their tiny lopsided couch, a single slipper dangling from his toe, his expression caught between deranged amusement and heartbroken betrayal. "He tried to kill you? With money? You mean, oh my god, the audacity! Atsushi-kun has a sugar daddy?" "I don't. He just threw it at me and told me to buy groceries like a functioning adult. I think that was his version of caring." "Ah, yes, weaponized affection. Classic Akutagawa-kun." Dazai exhaled as though a whole opera was playing out before his eyes. "I trained him well." "You trained him to assault people with currency?" "I trained him to care in the only way he knows how, trauma-charged aggression." "You're not helping." "And yet," Dazai pointed, swaying a little like a disappointed aunt, "you accepted the money." "That's because he disappeared into the night like a cryptid before I could give it back." It had been 3 months since Akutagawa Renosuke, a deadly member of the Port Mafia and a general walking health hazard, had moved in with Atsushi. Why, you might ask, would such thing occur? A question even God would blink at, baffled. Well, Mori and Fukuzawa had decided the next stage of their very fragile ceasefire would involve collaboration on a domestic level. Let the children live together, Mori had purred like a cat in a lab coat. They might actually learn something, Fukuzawa said, tired in both soul and spine. Thus, the agency Mafia Collaboration Program was born. And the two of least emotionally equipped boys in Yokohama had been thrown into a 2-bedroom apartment with paper-thin walls and only one working rice cooker. It had been chaos since day one. To say Akutagawa was difficult would be a profound understatement. He didn't walk through rooms. He glided like a wrathful ghost whose playlist for their funeral had been curated by Franz Liszt. He didn't speak, he pronounced. Every morning was marked by a dramatic rustle of his coat and a single drawn-out exhale that could curdle milk. "Do not leave toothpaste scum in the sink," he would say, as though discussing war crimes. Atsushi, in turn, had the energy of a wet, panicked cat trying to organize its life. He tried. He really did. He cleaned. He bought soy milk. He apologized when his hair shed on the couch pillows. He offered to wash Akutagawa's coat once and was met with a silence so violent it nearly cracked the microwave. Somehow, despite it all, they were managing, sort of, kind of, with weekly death threats and accidental emotional vulnerability. "Did you know," Dazai said one evening, legs tucked under him like a child ready for gossip, "that some people talk to their roommates instead of launching wallets at them?" Atsushi, who had been nursing his forehead with the Hello Kitty towel, groaned. "Don't you dare lecture me about communication." "Ah, but Atsushi-kun, I'm the master of passive aggression and deeply misunderstood flirting." "Exactly." Dazai tilted his head, a touch too interested. "You sound distressed. Do you like him, Atsushi-kun?" "What? No!" Atsushi went scarlet. "I mean, not in a like way, not like a date way, not like a—" "Why are you smiling at that?" "Oh, I see now." Dazai made a steeple of his fingers. You've fallen for your emotionally repressed assassin roommate. How classic, how tragic, how fan fiction of you. Dazai-san! Later that night, the apartment was quiet. Akutagawa returned as always, like a shadow peeling away from the dark. His coat flared, his steps were silent, but the moment he entered the living room, he paused. Atsushi was asleep on the couch. Ice Pack had slipped to the floor, his hand still curled near his temple, a tiny furrow between his brows, remaining stubbornly, clinging to whatever stress dream he was having. There were 2 empty bowls on the table, one labeled rice, the other labeled curry. Akutagawa stood in the doorway, his eyes unreadable. The wallet incident lingered between them, unspoken. He didn't mean to hit him. He aimed for the table. He swore. Probably. He approached with hesitant steps, each movement unnatural in its softness. A strange, misplaced instinct tugged at him, but before he could rationalize it, he tugged a throw blanket over Atsushi's curled frame and muttered, "Idiot, don't sleep here. You'll catch a cold." The next morning, "You covered me with a blanket?" Atsushi shrieked over his cereal. Akutagawa's face was neutral, as always. Took a sip of his green tea slowly. "I did no such thing." "You definitely did. It must have been your ghost sugar daddy." "Dazai-san!" Despite everything, the fights, the awkward silence, the dangerous flirtation with both actual and emotional violence, they made it work. They navigated bills. Akutagawa just handed over cash like he was paying off a hitman. They figured out chores. Atsushi vacuumed. Akutagawa didn't trust vacuums. They occasionally cooked together, which ended with one rice cooker's funeral and a burnt ceiling. And somehow, slowly, they changed. Akutagawa's once lethal glare softened by 0.5%. He started drinking Atsushi's stupid sweet lattes without comment. He stopped calling him brat and started using Atsushi in tones that bordered on reluctant affection. Atsushi, in turn, no longer flinched every time Rashomon twitched. He made bentos for both of them without thinking. He started texting Akutagawa things like, "Don't forget your scarf, it's cold today." No one died, no buildings collapsed. And the wallet, now kept in a drawer, slightly dented, became a sort of unspoken legend. "I still think you tried to assassinate me with money," Atsushi muttered one night as he stood on the balcony watching the city blink beneath them. Akutagawa didn't look at him, but his voice was quieter than usual. "If I wanted to kill you," he said, "you wouldn't be here." A pause, then, "I didn't want you to worry about groceries." Atsushi turned, blinking at him. "That was really sweet. In a mafia kind of way." Silence. Stars above them, lights below. Then, "I still owe you change." Akutagawa scoffed. For the first time, his lips twitched upwards, just a little. "Buy me dinner, idiot." This was The Tiger, the Hound, and the Wallet to the Face by Rachel, 90. Read by The Devil's Advocate, 18. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.